everybody, and welcome to Gamer Breakfast. My name is Jalbagel, and I'm joined by my super lovely co-host, SkojSkull. I almost forgot your name.
What? It's not SkojSkull.
Yeah. And this week, our guest, we are joined by a awesome YouTube creator, Mr. FightinCowboy.
Howdy, howdy.
Hello.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know FightinCowboy, he is a YouTube content creator. He does a lot of YouTube streaming and YouTube content. I found your stuff predominantly through the Souls games, like the playthroughs and guides that you were doing.
Oh shit.
But yeah, if you want to give everyone else like a little tidbit on what you do, what you stream, what you make content around.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess I'd just qualify myself as like a Let's Player, because these days it's new game, let's jump into it. But I think the Souls games are what I'm mainly known for. I typically do like really long, thorough walkthroughs, as opposed to like YouTube has this thing where like every video is a walkthrough, gameplay walkthrough part 1, and it's not a walkthrough. And it really bothered me. And I'm like, I need to make like an actual walkthrough, like like a paper guide walkthrough. Like you're gonna go here. So that's kind of what I guess I built my brand on, was like proper ass, like if I title something walkthrough, it's going to hold your hand through the entire game and get you trophies and all the weapons and all the spells and all that stuff. So
yeah, that's good.
That's really good. Yeah, that's a good point. Like, you're usually walkthroughs these days, or just playthroughs? It's just going through it.
I don't know why not just call it, because that's call a Let's Play. That's what it is.
Yeah,
it's a Let's Play.
Well, it's the YouTube meta, because people want to people are looking for a walkthrough, a guide.
Yeah.
No one's gonna look up a Let's Play. They want to see.
So everything is gameplay walkthrough exclusive part 1.
Yeah.
Limited edition.
It's like people don't know exactly what walkthrough means, so we're gonna call it walkthrough, but it's actually just me just dying to the same boss over and over again without knowing what to do.
I do like the ones.
That's what I'm doing too.
I like the ones where it's like the title is like gameplay walkthrough part 1, and then immediately in the description the first line is, "This is my first playthrough of the game." It's like, what? No, these are introductory, contradictory statements here. You can't do that.
Oh man.
So what have you been playing recently? Because I see your going live tweets every now and then for the YouTube, and dude, you've been jumping around a bunch of different games.
Yeah, we're kind of in like we're in a bit of a slow season right now, because everything's about to like pop once we get like deeper into October.
The Wukong game, bro.
Yeah, that looks so good.
Oh
man. I'm you can tell, like if we consider Neo Team Ninja's Dark Souls, this is absolutely their second.
Yeah.
like the comparisons are there. That's dope. I've been playing a little bit of New World, which I don't recommend unless you are a complete masochist. That game just like every time you think you're gonna have fun, it like hits you in your knees with a baseball bat and tells you to grind more.
Oh man.
Grounded, that's that MMO.
Yeah, right. Grounded has been fantastic. I've been hooked on Grounded.
I've been popping. Oh, sorry.
No, go.
I was just saying, I've been popping to your streams here and there just to kind of get a feel of who you are, and like I've been watching you playing Grounded. I'm like, what is how is this game? Like, it's like a Minecraft, but you're tiny kind of thing.
Well, so it's
I don't know.
If you ever played like The Forest or Subnautica, it's kind of in the same vein as those, but like there's a full-on story in the backyard. You're trying to figure out why you got shrunk, how to get unshrunk. But it's super fun. It's just like you and 4 friends building your. Cause it's literally like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yes, I was just about to
love
say
that movie.
It's like get 3 buddies, start building your base, fight some spiders together. Like it's a lot of fun. So that's been the majority of what I've been playing lately.
Nice.
We're just kind of waiting. We got God of War next month. That's what I'm. Well, not next month. Are we October now?
We are in October.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, so God of War next month.
Jesus.
Oh my God. What is this?
The Ragnarok. Yeah.
It is, yeah.
It looks good.
Fat Thor, baby.
Oh. Love him. People were really, there's so much controversy around that when it first came out. I was just like, it's Thor. Like
it's literally it's strongman physique. That's all.
Yeah.
People are like, no, that's fat, and I'm like, nah, dude. Guys that are built like that, those the what are they called? The Atlas stones or whatever.
Yeah.
Just listening. My gym has those, and I was like, I want to pick up the weakest one just to try. Things are still like super heavy, and it's awkward too, because it's just a big ass. It's like picking up a medicine ball that weighs your body weight. You're like, how do I? And then you're like, stuff is hard, man. I don't know how those guys do it. But
I can imagine. Jeez.
Yeah.
So you're looking forward to that? You're looking forward to, you're about to say Bayonetta? The new Bayonetta that's coming on the Switch?
So I haven't played the previous ones, but everyone like just goes off on them, and I'm like, okay, cool. Sexy Devil May Cry? Yeah, sign me up. This sounds good.
Yep. That's
Pretty
just
much
what it is.
Yeah.
Wait, are you trying to say Devil May Cry isn't sexy? Hold on.
I mean, well, the more recent ones, they definitely they kicked up the
DMC
spiciness
5.
a bit. It should be
play
good.
that.
I'm honestly like, part of me is just I'm like scared for March, just because I feel like so many games just were like, we're coming out March 23, March 23, March 23, March 23, and I'm like,
oh jeez, what games are coming out in March?
Games coming out March 2023. Google machine help.
Dude, there's so many.
Resident Evil 4, a Suicide Squad game, Starfield. Oh, Final Fantasy 16 comes out.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
Wolf Among Us 2.
Oh shit.
Oh dude, Kerbal Space Program 2 comes out.
Kerbal?
I've been waiting.
Skull and Bones got pushed back till then. Honkai Star Rail got pushed back until then.
We got the new game Wild Hearts coming out in February.
Yeah, Atomic Heart's supposed to be then. Skaith is supposed to be then. The Killer Clowns from Outer Space game. Who knows how that'll be? That's supposed to be then.
Jesus.
It's just all things I've never heard of.
Wo Long is. I'm like a Let's Player, so it's like this is all shit
this
that
is what you have to do.
I have to cover it in some capacity, or like right now, I have people like, why haven't you played Moonscars? And I'm like, I just don't have time, man. Like,
yeah.
I want to, but like, there's not enough time. I need to like clone myself, and
right. That'd be great. It's just funny, like while you're doing a walkthrough of something else, they're just asking you for another game. It's like, why aren't you doing this game? You're just like,
just gonna say that earlier.
This?
that's probably that's the hardest part about being like a Let's Player. It's just no one is ever happy with one form of content, or even now people be like, why aren't you doing Elden Ring? And it's like, bro, there is 1,000+ hours of Elden Ring content on my channel. Pick a video, please.
Pick a video. I was gonna say, I absolutely loved that comment that you shared, because like you released a video like day 2 of Elden Ring, and I don't remember if it was Elden Ring content or something like that. But the comment was, "Where's the Elden Ring walkthrough?"
Yeah.
And it's like, the game's been out for 48 hours. Chill the fuck out.
Oh, dude. And like, I mean, people are like, you're nitpicking. Like, no, that was like the 100th time I had seen that. I'm like, y'all need to just play it for yourself for like a little bit. Go out, die to a boss, lose your soul, something.
Oh man,
This is so wild. I'm pretty sure that was the first tweet that I saw of yours too. It was like, oh my gosh. Absolutely insane. That's why I couldn't do stuff like that, right? Because like I would love to make like, you know, like Monster Hunter like walkthrough content and like, you know, build guides and stuff like that. But then I'm gonna start getting these people, and I won't be nice about it, because I'll just get these people that are like, well, what about build for this, and like this isn't max DPS, and so it's like, I don't care. I don't. That's not what I'm doing.
It's like asking a Monster Hunter builder to ask for the meta for Sunbreak. It's just like, I don't fucking know.
Title Update 2 came out, and the next day I streamed it, and someone was like, so what's the new meta? I was like,
what?
I've been streaming for 30 minutes.
My Monster Hunter audience is mostly casual. I'm so thankful, because back when I started like getting into Monster Hunter vids, there were people like, I would put up a build, and it was both too meta and not meta enough for certain people. They'd be like, yeah, this isn't optimized. You could have cracked out like 2 more points of attack boost here. And then at the same time, there'd be somebody else that's like, yeah, I don't know. There's no survivability skills in this. I don't know why you're wasting your time. And I'm like, y'all just never
wasting
happy.
Your
like,
time, good
is
lord.
Anybody here? It's
always that last comment. It's always the last comment. Like you say something where it's just like, it's like, oh, that the video is great, but you're like, no, don't you
don't do it. Don't do it.
If your comment starts with "that was awesome," but just stop before the but. Just stop there.
Just end it.
And just leave it like that.
It's great.
You put a lot of time and effort into these videos, like 60 hours. You know, sometimes more, into making a video for you to be like, well, that was really cool, and I watched the first like 30 seconds of it, but here's how you can do it better. It's like, oh, no, thanks. I'm good. Wasn't asking for help.
The one where you upload something and it's like 8 seconds after uploading, someone's like, I don't like this. Like, you haven't watched it. I know when it went live, okay? Unless you're time traveling here, like.
It's like all you said was your intro at that point. It's just I don't like this. Like, do you not like me? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you don't, the 8-second lead in of just a monster blowing up to like thousands of damage from some cool anime scene that worked out. You don't like that? Okay.
All right. Yeah. You'll find somebody else, please.
Yeah, leave. Go away.
My goodness. But what I think I already asked this. So you're looking forward to Bayonetta, you're looking forward to Ragnarok. We got the Wukong game coming out. When's that coming out? Is that next year or not even announced?
Yeah. There's not a solid date. But the people are guessing it's going to be like either Q1, Q2, so like March or April-ish.
Oh damn! Yeah,
that'd
be really fucking soon.
No more March games. There's already
no March games.
There's some big horror games on deck though. We got Callisto Protocol, that's coming out in December.
Dead Space remaster.
Yeah, the Dead Space remake. It's going to be.
So the game is already perfect as it is. Just the fact that it's getting a remaster, it's just like. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What was that game that Capcom's making that's coming out next year?
Exoprimal?
Yeah. No, not that one. The other
Dinosaur Anthem.
Yeah, Dinosaur Anthem, which I'm all for. Exoprimal looks sick. I just don't have a PS5.
I really look forward to that. You need a PS5?
Pragmata?
Oh, didn't that get like
Pragmata
delayed?
Maybe.
Yeah, I remember like some weird trailer with like a space person and a child floating or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was out there. There was some stuff on that.
So space, what is it called? Death Stranding?
Yeah.
Well,
basically.
yeah. I mean, because I don't know, because like it looks. I mean, it's made in the RE engine. It literally looks like a Resident Evil game, but in space. And so like that's what I'm thinking is like, is this going to be a horror genre? I haven't looked into it at all. Oh, it's a game that I absolutely will not play. Too,
wait, is it a game that looks Dead Space-esque, but it's like not Dead Space? Is that what you're thinking about? Because I thought it was a What?
No, yeah, it's just it's weird.
God,
so right now I'm just seeing 2023 is the tentative, but that's he put the whole ass Google link.
I put the whole link in there.
Good lord.
I just Googled it and sent it to you.
Yeah, we haven't seen.
I don't even know what it's gonna be because they showed the trailer for it, and all they're saying is it's a brand new game from Capcom launching in 2023.
What about the Callisto Protocol? Is that what you're talking about?
That's the one. That's this December. That's the people behind Dead Space
really
studio. That's the thing they're doing.
That makes sense then. I was gonna say, it's like, this looks like Dead Space. Yeah, because when I first saw him, like, yo, Dead Space 4 or something, and I was watching, I was like, oh no, it's like an entirely new game. It looks really good.
Everybody when that was announced was like, oh my gosh, new Dead Space. It's like not at all.
Everyone's confused.
See, like, but that game, the Callisto Protocol, like, it's too much for me. I can't handle that kind of stuff. Like that is just a gore fest beyond gore fest.
Absolutely.
I can't do that.
I'm gonna shit myself on stream. I'm gonna love it.
Dude, catch him live on youtube.com/SkojSkull.
Shit myself live.
That's a special
going live tweet.
Special kind of content creation. Man.
It's very niche.
I did a shit meter. Oh man. But so diving into the whole YouTube portion of this podcast, if you want to jump into it now, so did you always start streaming with YouTube? Because for myself, I started streaming YouTube back in like 2013, 2014. Terrible compared to how Twitch was then.
I did videos obviously for YouTube, and I did Twitch for a bit, and then I was doing Twitch and YouTube for a bit, and then like you said, YouTube was pretty bad back then with the streaming. So I focused on Twitch, and then I don't know when, there was a point where I was just like, it doesn't make sense to do this, like, because for a while I was like, well, I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. I'm going to build on Twitch and build on YouTube. And especially being primarily a YouTube creator, it's too much work.
Yeah.
Because if there was a game that I wanted to stream, I would stream it. and then I'd have to clip it into a bunch of consumable sections and export it to YouTube, because you don't want to be like, all right, here's a 4-hour upload dump that I've sent over, watch it at your leisure. So I was like, you know what, they I guess it'd be about a year and a half ago now, they finally revamped their live, and I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm going in harder on YouTube. So started streaming over there, and then the rest is just history. Now I'm like, no, this is it. I'm not going back to Twitch.
Yeah, especially with the way things are going.
It's been, I've never seen a company so actively like try to shoot itself in the foot. It's like they are on a regular basis, they're just like announcing very questionable choices.
We got YouTube.
I mean, it's like it's insane, because you have literally hundreds of thousands of creators that are like, hey, Twitch, here is a step-by-step list of things that we would really like and ways for you to approach them. And then they look at that and go, we'll do the exact opposite. Like, legitimately the exact opposite.
I just don't get some of their stuff. Like, when they're like, you know, TwitchCon, no mask required, come on in and cough in each other's mouths, woo! And then people were upset and they're like, just kidding, maybe mask required.
Yeah.
What's gonna make you not hate us?
No, and like that's like the thing, 'cause like we're going to San Diego. We were originally going to go to TwitchCon, so we planned all of this stuff out months ago, literally last year for this trip. A year ago, we started planning this, and then they were like, yeah, no mask required. We're like, all right, we're not going. They're like, okay, fine, mask required. We're like, we have no confidence in you.
No.
None whatsoever. So we are not going to this still.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
But this is, and that's like, that's kind of like where, you know, a lot of us are at though, right? It's like we've spent the time, we've built this community on Twitch, and they're actively making these decisions that either we aren't comfortable with or are perfectly antagonistic to our, you know, desires or our growth or our monetization even. And now we are kind of stuck in this, you know, in between of what to do. And so that's why everyone is now obviously looking towards YouTube, right? And like, you've been a really big advocate for YouTube, and I've seen a bunch of creators out there talking about the streaming atmosphere on YouTube. Yeah. And I mean, at least just on your perspective, how has streaming on YouTube been for you? So,
I mean, for me, it's been great. At the same time, I think a big part of that is I was already established on YouTube. Like, that's where my VOD viewership was. So jumping from Twitch, you know, I didn't really see any viewership dip. In fact, I was getting a higher concurrence than what I was on Twitch, because I already had that base. But just from a perspective of like what it has to offer over Twitch, I mean, probably the only thing that I haven't been like, this is great, is the API calls are a little bit slow with bots. Like, if someone in chat types, like, you know, types a bot command, it might take like 5 or 10 seconds for that to roll through. But beyond that, I mean, the mod tools, Twitch has slightly better mod tools, I think. Like, you can look specifically what someone timed out for and appeals and all that. But you know, you can still time people out or ban them or you know, sit in timeout for 5 minutes or just delete comments. So that you have all that stuff. You have emotes, you have overlays that'll, like, your not the Twitch TV, but whatever it is. I don't use it.
TV.
Twitch TV. Franker phase, like those.
Franker phase or stuff like that. That'll integrate into YouTube. So like there's a bunch of the stuff there. My big thing is just it's the ease of not exporting anything. Because like, let's say I'm playing, you know, take Monster Hunter for example. With Rise, I wanted to do episodic because we had literally nothing in the summer. So I'm like, screw it, we're gonna do a Monster Hunter Rise Let's Play. So I did, you know, the full each of the main hunts. But you know, it's like, before a main hunt, here's, you know, 5 or 6 different things you're gonna go hunt before you do that. I don't want to have an episode if I don't want to have an episode on every single monster, because it's content we covered back in, or excuse me, Sunbreak. So it's content we covered back in Rise or in previous games. I could have an episode, do a stream for the people that do want to consume 100% of that content, and then either have that stream to the side or just kind of drop it into the playlist as like a skippable element, like, you know, 20-minute video, 20-minute video, 3-hour stream, 20-minute video type stuff. And you know, but you couldn't, I mean, because there are people that they do want to consume all that. Even with something like
throw it on, have it in the background kind of thing.
Yeah, or Borderlands or Ghost of Tsushima, where it makes sense to have episodic content around missions, but then there is a whole world you want to explore. And sometimes you're like, or Horizon Forbidden West, I'm going to do this mission, but hey, there's like 7 dinos I want to go shoot, and they're way out there. So I need like a 5-hour section of just effing around in the game and doing, I don't know what your cursing podcast policy is.
Oh, you can go for it.
You can say the fuck word.
All right, yeah. So you want to go fuck around for like 5 hours and not have to worry about stuff. But there's people that are going to want to watch that. So it's really conducive to titles like that, where you might, you if you're doing episodic content, but you also have a need for that live content, I think that is where it's going to excel. Now, I think a lot of people on Twitch, though, they don't do that. They may be like, if you are strictly just a streamer, it's hard to say. YouTube, obviously, you have better post-stream integration because you have either persistent VODs, or you can make them unlisted, or you can have people create them into little clips or whatever the case is. So I like all that stuff. I like discoverability by game more. I feel like it's easier for people to find what they're looking for, whereas trying to get, and the other thing too is you can vary, especially if you're doing VODs and streams, they'll piggyback on each other. It's like John, using you at least, if you were, if you had speed run, like a specific speed run videos up on YouTube, and then you were streaming speed run practice, anybody that's watching those videos you have on previous runs would get a notification like, hey, he's streaming right now. So you have that recursion. Or people that find you while you're practicing speed runs, they're getting fed into your previous run content. So you have this cyclical, feedback loop where your VODs are feeding your streams and your streams are feeding your VODs. And that's something I liked a lot compared to Twitch, because Twitch, it's either people like if you're not live, nobody's finding you unless somebody specifically said, "Oh, Spoopy Skull, let me go see what he makes." And then, they're good, but you know what I mean. Like nobody is going to Twitch being like, I heard something about this FightinCowboy guy. Let me go on Twitch and look at his VODs. Of like, that doesn't happen.
No,
if you're not
why
live,
I entirely stopped highlighting on Twitch too. Like I used to highlight all of my personal best records on Twitch, and I was keeping them there. And I was like, hey, if you want to go check out my highlights, like they're on Twitch. And I was like, oh, this is awful.
No one wants to watch that.
Terrible. No one's
like
gonna
a week,
watch
and it's
this.
like 6 views. You're like, ooh.
But that's actually kind of the weird thing though, is because those I was farming views off of the speedrun.com website because I was using those to do uploads to speedrun.com, and so people look at the records on speedrun.com, and so like there were some videos, like some of my VODs would have like 10 views, 20 views, 100 views, 16,000 views. I was like, holy shit.
What?
And it was because it got pushed to the front page of speedrun.com. I was like, oh, okay. And so then the same thing started happening when I was uploading my YouTube videos to the submissions. But it just goes to show you that Twitch is not designed for discoverability or for promotion or for growth or for anything. It's literally just a place to host your stream. But I do like what you're saying, like having your VODs and your streams feed into each other is a great idea. And since YouTube puts everything all in one spot, I feel like that's going to be the more like accessible platform for people, because like especially they have the community page, so there's a direct way for you to communicate with your viewers, like with your subscribers, and then also with the people that are I don't know what they call like Twitch's version of paid subscriction on YouTube. What is that? Members. Because then you have like your members community page too, and I assume each tier of those you can like create different
you could
posts for.
So you have
like, that's genius.
So your subscribers on YouTube are the same as your followers. Memberships are the same as Twitch subs. Besides that, YouTube has super chats.
It's like bits.
It's like bits. It's donations that are done through YouTube's in-house platform. So everything on YouTube by default, it's a 70-30 split. So membership, super chats, all that stuff. Obviously, you could have your stream elements link or whatever in the description, and have people go directly through that. They've recently added super chat integration into like shorts and videos, which is nice because I'll find people.
Oh wow.
People will be watching the walkthrough and they'll be like, "Hey, this helped me out a lot. Here's $20," and I'm like, "Thank you."
Yeah, it's like a super thanks thing or something like that. It's like
so it's like people can just basically it's like a tip jar. So people are essentially just tipping you on your VOD content, which is super nice.
Yeah. It shows up on like next to the name in like the comments too. Like if you see them like donate to your video, it blew my mind because when I first saw that, I was just like, "Hey, great video," and I saw the dono, I was like, "What?"
So there's a lot of monetization potential there. Probably the biggest thing I like is the quality difference because Twitch, it's unless it's like some kind of special event, you're 6,000. That's it.
Yep.
And YouTube,
not even 5,500. Because if you go at 6,000, they rate limit you.
Oh God.
Because OBS will go over. It'll go like 6,200 and like 58, right? It's like plus or minus 200 to 400, and they'll rate limit you.
So I do 18,000 for 1440, but you can go YouTube 4K 60 FPS. You can push a bit rate of 51,000 if you wanted.
Yep.
Yeah. And I have done it, which I don't recommend for streams. It looks fantastic, but you have like a 30-second delay in chat.
Yeah, it's a huge delay.
It's you're putting out that much bit rate. It makes sense. Like, there's nothing.
It might be good for like, let's say like a live show where you're less worried about interacting with chat and more worried about putting on a performance. Like that'd probably be great. Like but if you're streaming 1080p 60 FPS and then I think it's like a 9,000 bit rate.
Yeah.
9,000 is what I used for 1080, and then so just double that for 1440, and that's been pretty crisp because I find the 1440 I did timing tests, and like the 1080p you had like a 2 to 3 second delay, like enough that like you look at chats there. But with the 1440, the delay is like if you were to be like, "What do you think, chat?" and look over, chat's getting that question in roughly 7 seconds. Like it was like it was variable from what I saw, like 7 to 10. So for the most part, because I'm playing so much that I would pose a question, finish doing an action, and then by the time I look at chat, I'm getting the responses for it. So I found that to be and that felt like a good in between, just because that way, the people that are on higher resolution devices is lower, but it's nice to have that, just for the people that are.
Oh yeah, and mobile YouTube for like watching live streams, great. So good.
No, the interface there is definitely. Well, it's just stability.
Fix it on desktop. Oh my God, please just do something about desktop YouTube streaming. I don't want to have to scroll down to chat and then scroll back up. Like I can't do this. I can't.
there should be. Well, so
there's got to be a plugin, right?
Yeah. There's
a few plugins.
There's some stuff because on the stream side of things, like when you're doing it yourself, it's your window, your analytics and stuff, and your bitrate health and all that, and then chat in a side column. It doesn't have the modular that Twitch has, but it has like it has basically the standard broadcast that you would do on Twitch anyway.
Way more analytics for like how your stream went and stuff compared to Twitch.
Your analytics go deep on YouTube, which is one thing I like because you can go in. Like right now, I can look at views, impressions, click-through rates, view durations.
Oh, okay.
Where my like right now, how viewers find the stream. 55.3% were from browsing features. 17% was suggested videos. 8.5 came to my channel page. 7.1 from a YouTube search. I can look at my live streams. If I go into a video in particular, I have views, estimated revenue, watch time, subscribers. I can see where chat was peaking at a certain time and go back and look at those messages to see what the excitement was. I can see what my views, real-time dynamics for last 60 minutes, last 48 hours. Like there's so many engagements.
Yeah.
You have your current audience retention. Like it's just it's wild what you can get.
What's insane though is that Twitch has all of that information, but they keep it for themselves.
Yeah.
And they use that to plan like ads on your channel. Like when you run pre-rolled ads Twitch controls those entirely, and they use that analytic data, like your click-through rate and the number of viewers and your impression rate and your viewer retention, to determine how they're going to run ads on your channel. Yep. And the fact that they have all that data and they don't want to give it to us too is just it's insane.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense because it's not like you're going to take that data and
what are you going to do with it?
Yeah,
it's only going to help me grow, and it's going to help your platform grow, and it's going to help me understand my content better.
Yeah.
But I guess now I don't know if they're planning on adding more of those features, because Twitch did recently add like, your chat intervals. So like it'll give you like a breakdown of like the chatters for like the 5-minute increments throughout your stream.
Okay.
For me, like that means absolutely nothing, because like you can see it just do this the entire time, because I do speedrun content. It's like, oh yeah, I was doing something here, and then I was in a break, and then I was doing something again, and I was in a break, and then like
it means nothing for me. The run, and you see all the hype.
Yeah, this is when I ended the run. This is when I switched to opening Pokemon packs. Oh, my viewership dropped too. Okay, cool. But it's I don't know. I mean, I don't know how far like a lot of that analytic stuff goes to for like smaller creators too, because like sometimes you just have like a good night and it was luck, right? And then like it's really hard to use that data and then replicate it, or at least understand like what's core audience versus what's external audience, right?
Oh, well, you can see that. That's in your. I have a breakdown of unique videos, and it shows you subscribed versus unsubscribed. So I see how many were new people coming in versus my regulars,
and it shows that for streams too.
Yeah, the biggest thing is
so nice.
it's sponsored deals, because I feel like when I was streaming on Twitch and I was trying to get sponsored deals, it was strictly here's my CCV, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And now you not only are you pulling your CCV, you're pulling all this other stuff, and I'll frequently have stuff where like I'll have people that I don't like doing sponsored dedicated videos, mainly because I do so much Let's Play content. People will be like, oh, well, we want you to put this video out of our game, and I'm like, listen, I'm running 2 episodes a day of Valkyrie Elysium right now. Your game is just gonna get lost in the scuff here. It's just it's just a piece of debris in Florida. No one's gonna see it. It's just floating away. But I'm like, hey, I can stream it, get more visibility to it probably, and then I can have a VOD from that stream that will persist. And a lot of people, they're like, oh, that's like a 2-for-1 deal. Let's go for that. And I'm like, great.
Great.
I love sponsored streams. I hate sponsors, because sponsored VODs, there's so much like, can you make this tweak? Can you edit this thing?
No.
Can you and sponsor streams? It's like you got one take, baby. This is it.
Yep.
It's
one take.
Give me some talking points. That's all you're getting. So I love sponsored streams.
I think sponsored streams are better too, because I mean it's you live giving it to your core audience, the people that are interested in the things that you're interested in, no matter what.
You're
giving that to your core audience, and you're there telling them, hey, this game is fun. You should play this game. These are the reasons why, and they can interact with you, ask questions about it, and develop an opinion even better that way.
Yeah. Well, it's real time engagement. You can't. Yeah, real time engagement is always.
Yeah.
It's just
You can't beat that.
No.
Yeah. So it's overall, I'd say it's been actually there was like a big tweet thread I put out a while ago when I swapped. I was trying to find it. I couldn't find where it was at. But I mean, I don't know. I've had nothing but good times doing.
That's good.
Streaming. It's. I think the one thing
that's awesome.
One thing that gets a lot of people is when you create it, it's the same as creating a video, in the sense of like, it's going to have a thumbnail. It's going to have tags. It's going to have a description, but like a lot of that you could pull. So I'm trying to think if I can.
Yeah, there was a lot of information people put out there for like when you start a YouTube live stream. Like if you're yourself is like a variety caster or something, you have like the same thumbnail just to like let people know it's just like this is a live stream kind of thing. Oh geez.
That's gonna break the recording.
Should I kill it?
Yeah, for now that's okay. Okay, there we go.
If you got something to share, throw it into that group chat, and then
I was gonna
if it's relevant.
Well, no. So like so with this I can click schedule stream, and the first thing that's gonna pop up is a schedule with previous settings, and I can click a drop down, and I can go back from now to June 12th. I can go that far back and pull from any stream between now and June 12th, and it'll pull that thumbnail, that title, that description, those tags, and all of those settings. So for someone that jumps a lot, like, oh, I want to go back and do Sunbreak, boom, there's my Sunbreak. I want to do Grounded, there's Grounded. Wo Long's out, or New World's out, or oh hey, there's a new DLC coming for Stranger of Paradise. Here's Stranger of Paradise. I streamed it back in August.
Oh,
Let me click that, and I'll slap a new thumbnail on it. Boom, all those settings get pulled. So there's at first, I think it intimidates a lot of people, but like once it starts going, because you could even have like, this is my fuck around Sunbreak stream, this is my speedrun stream, this is my like, we are pushing for new numbers on stream.
Yeah. So
like your fuck around, your practice, and then this is my shit. I'm trying to push and have those as separate entities and have them go into separate playlists, and you could just pull. And even post stream, it's going to go into that playlist when you're done. It's going to have the same descriptions that you already preset, all that stuff. So
that's nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of I guess defaulting that can be done in the background.
And that really streamlines your creation, and it gets rid of like the micromanagement of that content. Because like when you're streaming on Twitch and you want to create that like backlog on YouTube, it's literally a re-upload or a re-edit, and it takes your time as a creator. So I mean, no, that all, like, I mean, that sounds awesome. You've almost convinced me to switch.
I mean, I think
it depends though, because like one of the things about Twitch is you could just have title like, "Hey guys," and that's it. It doesn't matter. You don't need to do anything.
You don't need to do anything else.
Yeah, that is convenient. But if there's, I think that I guess what it comes down to is if there is an appeal of your content existing not only while live, I think YouTube is by far the superior platform.
Yeah. Absolutely. Because it's just like, it's not only that, but I feel like you said before, having multiple platforms is like, it's just too overwhelming. Like I'm on that same boat right now where I'm trying to focus on YouTube and then also live stream on Twitch and then let my YouTube viewers know that I'm live streaming on Twitch. It's just like you're moving things around too much, I feel, for myself.
It was so much, like, I'm so much less stressful now than I used to be. Because I know I did exactly what you were talking about. And what was even worse is for a while I was doing both. I would restream it to YouTube and Twitch.
Oh my God.
There was this, I mean, because Twitch took like 9 months to notice. And they're like, hey, you're not supposed to do that. And I'm like, okay.
Whoops. Didn't mean to. Totally meant to.
But yeah, it's and that was even worse because like not only were you trying to read 2 chats at once, but like one chat got the short end of the stick. So it's like you had like the ignored stepchild or something, and then you had at the time my Twitch chat had like the superiority complex, like, oh, YouTube, you dumb fucks, like just berating them. Like, yeah, YouTube chat's full of idiots, and I'm just like,
oh man,
I feel bad.
Oh, no. Yeah, I mean, there's a whole thing with it too, where when you're posting videos and stuff, like you said, discoverability is you can be discovered when you're offline even as well, which is amazing. But not only that, but like let's say you make shorts on YouTube on your YouTube channel, you can take those same videos, put them onto TikTok, put them onto Twitter, just like you don't need.
And if you're a short person, they just rolled out monetization on shorts.
Yeah, it's gonna be rolled out in like January or something, right?
Yeah,
and
because what I understand,
partner
TikTok,
conditions for it too, right? Yeah,
way smaller partner conditions. And I don't do shorts. My partner manager has been like, please do shorts, and I'm like, that's not my thing. But from what I understand, TikTok pays fucking dick and nickels for content.
10 cents today. Let's go.
Nice, good job. You're on your way to being rich and famous.
It's
like
awful.
the discoverability on TikTok is insane.
It is insane. You make the right video.
I think that's the playoff, right? Like, because if you're gonna take like, I don't know about you, like, because like think about like what we do for this podcast, right? We make a short out of this. It takes us maybe 30-45 minutes to make that short, and it gets 1,000 impressions or whatever. And some of them get more and some of them get less.
Dude, when it hits. Because I hit like 7,000 followers in like a month and a half or so. Like it hits when it hits. So you just have to make the right video at the right time and just keep making them until you hit it.
The trick is, how do you take that platform, that discoverability, that growth that you've experienced on Twitch, or excuse me, on TikTok, and move it to another platform like YouTube or Twitch streaming.
I just have like a link on the bio. That's one way to do it, and there's been like a lot of people that have been really successful about this. One person that I watched, what they would do is they would live stream to TikTok before they would go live on Twitch, and then be like, okay, everybody, like, that was our 30-minute TikTok stream. We're going over to Twitch now for a 6-hour long, whatever the hell we're doing today, stream. And they would have like 600 people watching on TikTok, and 400 of them would come over. It was insane. Like right from the start.
What's that?
That's good.
Yeah. Like just right from the get-go. Just like
boom. Like they would literally go live, and then 0, 10, 300 viewers.
Yeah, that's a big retention shift.
Yeah,
but you usually don't see that. It's like even doing raids, you don't see 2/3 of your audience go over with the raid.
Dude, I say less than 1% of a raid will stay for that raid. Like you could raid someone with 100 viewers, 10 of them will stay.
I feel like I don't know many other creators that have moved to YouTube. But one of the small benefits of that is I don't feel obligated to do raids after stream anymore. And it is kind of nice, because nothing was worse than you're like, let's go raid. And then it's like, you're there and like 10 or 15 people are there. And it's like, when I went to end stream and I'd raid, it's because like, I'm getting off. I want to go eat. I want to see my family, and a lot of people, like other streamers, we understand this, but it always felt kind of weird being like, here's some people, and then you're just like fading off into the back, slowly sneaking away.
They do have a raid system on YouTube. It's just really fucking weird to do, because it's just
I've actually been working with them on this. I've been doing like YouTube product sessions.
Sick.
Because they're actually, I don't know, this might be NDA.
And we stopped talking about it.
we can stop talking about it. It's fine. We can just talk about like what they currently have right now, which is just like, you have to
Put
go
stuff in the works.
Can we leave that in though? That's hilarious.
Put stuff in the works. Out there, but
do you think that they'll add back the friend option on YouTube? Like add friend?
Maybe.
I don't know. They used to have something like that. They used to have like their own like private DM section on YouTube as well. There was that. There was a lot of weird stuff.
There's a featured channels thing you can do in channel customization. My guess is they would try to build it off of that, where it's like,
that would be smart.
Yeah.
You could use featured channels and raid off of those, but
yeah, that would be smart.
I don't know if any of that's, I don't know if any of it's NDA or not. I'm trying to remember.
Sick conversation that's just gonna be
it was more
4
just
minutes of just bleeping.
I don't know, probably not. Let me
write this down just in case.
It would be cool to see more of those community building tools added to YouTube side, because I'd say like that's one of the main benefits of Twitch, is just how easy it is to go live, to have a stream, and to support and build like community based on a game or a similar category or a similar interest, and that's it, right? Like raiding on Twitch, I always say that it's like building a community on Twitch is super easy because they have a lot of really good tools to build a community on Twitch. And so like trying to do that again on YouTube when those tools don't quite exist or they aren't entirely fleshed out yet is a lot harder. But that's where you have to take advantage of like the community tab, and that's where you have to take advantage of making actual curated content or let's play content or just things that are more focused to the video production side of it, because like that's like the biggest thing. I don't know how much you can speak onto this, Cowboy, but that's what I'm worried about. I don't have time to make videos because I like speedrunning. Like I want to sit down in front of my computer, stream for 5 or 6 hours and speedrun a game. And my time, I don't have the time to like make a video, right? Like I've been talking about making the world, tutorial video, the speedrun tutorial video for years now. And that isn't even started. I've been talking about making Rise for months now. And I was supposed to finish that last month. And like, I'm just not doing any of that stuff because all I want to do is just sit down, stream and speedrun. And so I'm afraid that I'm going to jump onto YouTube and I'm not going to have any discoverability or any kind of presence on YouTube because all I'm doing is streaming.
So I mean, all of your streams can go into VODs.
Right.
So like you don't have to have it do that, but you could. Which so there's going to be some discoverability. Honestly, I would do what I did, because Twitch, unless you are top of the fucking mountain, Twitch doesn't care. I was dual streaming for 9 months before they were like, you can't do this, and I was like, I'm gonna keep doing it. Like sorry, I'm gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, at that point, I'd already, I was already kind of letting. I mean, I had like my going offline banner was like, we're moving to YouTube. I literally like, if Twitch had taken a look at my profile for literally half a second, they would have seen, this guy is trying to siphon all of his viewers away to a different platform. So it was very, very well known that like I was going to be moving platforms, and I mean, obviously that burned my bridge with Twitch. Like, they took away my partner badge and all that. And
dang.
Yeah.
Shucks.
Oh, no. Man. Oh, shit.
Not the badge, my check mark. No.
Yeah, so they were
not my 1080p 60 FPS 5500 bit rate. No.
Yeah.
No. So anyways, 4K.
Yeah, right. Slap that live button.
So yeah, I mean, that's a bridge that was burnt, but it was not
whatever.
But yeah, it wasn't a path I was going to be taking back. But I mean, I don't think you have to make VOD content. Okay. I think you can do okay with streams. And the thing is too is you can have those streams monetizable as VODs afterwards. You can have monetization, obviously ads during streams and whatnot. So there's other. The big thing is, I think, the VOD revenue. Because regardless of no one watches Twitch VODs. Their VOD watching interface is ass.
Yeah.
And even if you're not a VOD person, even if it's just streams that become VODs, I mean, you could do the bare minimum, like I said, of making playlists of like, these are practice runs. This is a competitive run for me. I'm just fucking around.
That's a great idea.
And playing Rise with friends.
Yeah, I would still even like take the record. I would still do what you're doing now and just record as you're streaming, and then just like take just like, if you have like a really good run from those practice runs, just take that and then just post it, and then while you have like your whole playlist of practice runs, like that one happened to be really good, just post that separately.
Yeah, you could, or even you can go in. So for example, if I streamed Grounded for like 8 hours the other day. I was just like, I gotta finish this base. It's like if I go into that. So there's 2 different levels of editing on YouTube. Anything that's, I believe it's like 3 or 4 hours is the max. Let me see if I can find it.
Isn't it like,
this was 402?
This is a little bit of a sidebar, but with YouTube live streaming, how much can you live stream that the VOD will not be corrupted? Because it's just God.
As far as I know, like,
I've heard 12 hours.
Oh, really?
Well, what's this? The like lo-fi something hip hop or whatever.
Yeah. No.
One of those went offline.
It's over 200 hours.
Yeah. No. Well, it was like
2,000.
2,000 hour long live stream VOD that processed, and it became like instantly. It was like the longest video in the history of YouTube.
Yeah. But doesn't work.
Editing. So all right. This video I'm looking at right now. This is 4 hours long. 4 hours and 2 minutes. I can clip a portion of that live stream completely out and save it over the existing. I have a different one. So there's a duration. I don't know the exact cutoff. I know 8 hours is too long. Where if you wanted to, like, it's not even letting me edit the 8 hours. But you can either like trim and cut into a standalone. Or if you had, like a starting soon type thing, you could just trim
that out.
Trim the fat, yeah.
And like any breaks and stuff like that, that's actually really smart.
Yeah,
that's what I use like markers for. Every time I hit my BRB screen, it makes a marker on my Twitch highlight that I went on break there. And then when I click it to turn my BRB screen off again, it does another marker. So I just have to do like the exact same thing.
Yeah, so right now I'm doing like trimming cut. I'm creating cuts in this video. And then when I go to options, I have the option to save, which would save it over, or save as new, which is going to create.
Oh, okay.
its own standalone entity. So as long as you're not doing, oh fuck, wait, fuck. Did I just say that now?
I love how you just started with as long as you're not doing. Wait.
Well, no, I hit revert, and then I don't know if it did revert. Oh, wait, it says processing. Oopsie daisies. Let's see what we did here.
Someone's gonna have a very bad day.
There's some weird cuts in your recent grounded stream about that.
Oh man, but that's a huge plus for, I feel like, for the YouTube streaming side, because I forgot about that actually, because it's just like
that's actually great.
I had to do that once for one of my YouTube videos because I said something really weird that was taken completely the wrong direction.
So, like, weird! You said something strange and it was taken out of context. What?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I just took that out, and whoa, no more like comments about that. It's just like, wow. So it really does help. Like even after like a YouTube video, like you make a whole YouTube video, you just take that little portion out and then it'll be fine. People do this for advertisements as well. It's just like when the advertisers say like, we don't want our advertisements on your video anymore, you can just take that out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you take out the ad section. That's fun.
I think that the biggest thing I'm looking forward to is they're brokering deals where we'll actually be able to use like copyrighted music and do a rev split.
Mm-hmm.
That's for the shorts, I believe.
That'd
for
actually
now.
Be sick.
Yeah, I think for now it's shorts, but then eventually they might be moving it towards
streaming.
Because I used to do like Dark Souls build videos, and then 15-minute video going into the build, the weapons, why you're using it, the tech, and then like 4-minute montage at the end. And just have like some music going and just fights and whatnot. And I would have loved to be like, all right, hey, I'm going to give you, 30% of this video's revenue to use your song. But you couldn't do that. It was like, whoa, you used our song, we get all the revenue. And it's like, fuck you, guy. Like, this isn't, no.
But now they only take that portion, right? I believe.
Oh no! Right now they will still claim. So I
cool.
avoid copyright. I avoid copyright music like the plague. But that's more a copyright thing versus YouTube thing. Like the music industry is a bunch of fucking dinosaurs when it comes to the digital.
Oh yeah, just because you bought it doesn't mean you own it.
I hate them, but
and that's all the stuff that's changing, right? Like they're looking at DMCA again because DMCA was built in an era where technology was not nearly as accessible as it is now, and it wasn't like I couldn't just go online, search for something and
30 years ago, right?
Yeah. So like they're at least that conversation is happening, whether something is actively happening or not. Twitch is always like, we're working with legislation to fix this. It's like, no, you're not. And at least seeing some progress towards that stuff as like creators would be really cool, because we want those tools and we can make this in a way where it's mutually beneficial. Like revenue sharing would be sick. Like that would be awesome, because some of these videos, they make a shit ton of money, and if you're going to use that song, that only helps that artist too, and then they're more inclined to create more music that can be revenue shared. That'd be brilliant.
And then we get so good. And then we get more AMVs.
So I've never had somebody that looks at my Dark Souls video. Like nobody's going to my Dark Souls video and being like, "Oh, this guy has some AC/DC on. Great, I'm gonna watch this video on loop because I love this song. Let me listen to him talk for 15 minutes first so I can get to the song." Like it's not happening, man. But what is happening is people that are like, "Oh, what band is this? This sounds really cool. I've never heard this before."
It's AC/DC.
I mean, they
discover a whole new thing.
Yeah. I mean, they have their own thing on YouTube as well, where it's just like if there is a copyrighted song, or if there's a song that YouTube recognizes in there, it automatically gets put into the description. Like they have their own like little section where it's just like, this is the song, this is the song artist, and so on. So I feel like we are heading that direction, but I mean, that's been like that for years. But I feel like we are.
If they can already recognize it, why couldn't we attach like a revenue share to that?
I was bebopping around on my YouTube dashboard. It says live redirect is here. So I think, oh, never mind. That's the other thing. I don't know. I asked them. I'll find out. It's probably live redirect. This is something I actually like a lot. So this works off of either premieres. Premieres are interesting. Like if you have, let's say you actually make a video, you can premiere it Yeah, let's say you finally you have that best run. You are putting it up as a VOD. You can premiere it, so it functions as a VOD. But when it first goes live, there's live chat, so people can like talk
sick.
and bullshit around it. Yeah,
it's really nice.
On those and on live content, you can do a redirect, which is like a Twitch raid, except it'll force feed your viewers into wherever you're going. Wow. So for example, since YouTube, each stream is its own thing, what I did is I had one day where we were checking out a bunch of different indie games. Like let me scroll through here. So I was looking at There Is No Light, No Place for Bravery, and then the Valkyrie Elysium demo. So what I did was I set up 3 separate streams an hour apart. I set them up as redirects. And so I streamed the first game, There Is No Light, streamed that for an hour, and was like, all right, we're gonna go check the next one. When I hit end, everybody was brought right over to No Place for Bravery. And then when I click,
and then that creates a separate video.
Yeah.
With its separate analytics.
Yeah.
Everything.
So I was pulling the viewers between them, and you could do that. So let's say you were streaming for like 5 hours, and then you were timing yourself to end at 4 p.m. And at 4 p.m. you had a premiere going live of like, this is it. This is the run I've done. Y'all haven't seen it yet. This is what's getting submitted to GDQ for competition.
That's sick.
You can set it up so that as your stream ends, everybody gets funneled right into that video, that premiere, so then you're getting to watch it together.
Yeah.
Or vice versa, have it go from a premiere and then
into
as
your live stream
is ending, so you're pulling from those premiere, those VOD viewers, and just kind of shimmying them right on into the stream.
That's very cool production options. Like
they just rolled that out. I love it.
A show and an experience rather than a stream. Yeah, that's actually super cool.
Another thing is just like YouTube compared to Twitch, they have way more interaction options than Twitch does. Where it's just like we have polls, we have we can set up like the whole community tab is crazy.
The poll, I pushed that so hard in our like partner discussion sessions. Like, what do you want? And I was like, polling. I want polling, and it's fucking amazing. Because when I'm streaming, there's just
for streams. I meant for like just the community tab in general. But the polls on
the community tab is great because you can have image polls, you can have text polls, and it's like a blog.
That's sick. Okay.
But so you can go and look every week. But the polling mid live stream, you can push it in, and like people that are watching mobile, it's just gonna be like, here's your options. And it goes away. So mobile integration, desktop integration, like it's because I remember back at Twitch, it was like, okay, type 1 in chat for this, type 2 in chat for this, and I had like an add-on thing that would pull
grab
from what people were typing, and then it would put, and that was like, it was nice, but it was a workaround. And then YouTube finally they're like, okay, it's integrated. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Because I love that shit, a vote on what weapon we're using next, or vote where we're going next, or I like making people vote on stuff.
Yeah. It's fun. It's like, am I going to die to this boss? Yes or no?
I don't want to make decisions anymore. You do them.
Exactly.
Because I always had like this thought for like a chat plays D&D thing, and so because when they released polling on Twitch, I was like, okay, I want to do chat plays D&D finally. I can do it with like predictions and with polls and stuff like that. No. But knowing that's on YouTube too, like I had no idea that YouTube Live had those options. That's actually sick. I'm getting like such like, I want all of these things for me now, but Twitch just doesn't have those things.
Yeah. Honestly, I would just pick. Well, hang on. On your previous note, I did it with those horror games. Like what was the fucking last one that came out? The Bandai Namco Choose Your Own Adventure horror type shit. House of Ashes.
Okay.
It was House of Ashes. No, what was the? Oh, a bunch of kids in a cabin. The cabin. What was it? It just came out. Oh my God! How am I forgetting the name? I'm just gonna remember. I'm gonna scroll through my live stream list.
I've been playing too much Monster Hunter.
I know, right?
Where was it? Where was it? How can I not find this?
Oh man, it's all good.
The quarry.
Oh yeah.
So I did like 4 streams where I would say like every decision. Pause the game. Throw it up. 30 seconds, people. Where are we going, chat?
Sick.
Are we gonna run? Or are we gonna hide? Okay, and like it was literally a chat plays the quarry.
That's so fun. Cool. That's fun.
Yeah, that was fun. What I was gonna say is for someone like you who doesn't have VOD content, what I would do, because Twitch is gonna, because what they would do is even if you are dual streaming or streaming to YouTube on off days, they're going to take months to notice. And when they do, if you decide you don't want to go to YouTube, you just pick, oh, oopsies, sorry. But you could, I would just pick like a day a week to start.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, we're going to start doing Saturdays on YouTube. And
I think that'd be one of the best ways to go about it.
Oh god, that'd kill my Twitch content for sure. Because like Saturdays are the days that I actually like do long speed runs, and that's the majority of my like Twitch viewership. No, but like that would be just like really funny for me because like it's like 4-hour streams, like usually like practice throughout the week or like some shorter speed runs, stuff like that. And then like, okay, guys, go to YouTube for like the actual speed run. Like here's the Shara percent.
Well, do some of the practice ones on YouTube.
Yeah. No, and I've been playing around with that idea too, which I guess in OBS like I can just make like a separate profile that's for the YouTube streaming and then the profile for the Twitch streaming, so I don't have too much like overlap there. Yeah. Like there are tools to like make this, you know, like consistent and accessible for people. Yeah. And I've been considering that, but like right now, like even just like doing like my regular uploads to YouTube and stuff like that, I mean like speedrun content doesn't get traction on YouTube. And like even right now, Summoning Salt is going through issues with his videos getting demonetized or marked for not for kids or stuff like that for incredibly arbitrary or inconsistent reasons. Yeah. Because like he uploaded a history of Mega Man 3, the history of Mega Man 3 speedrun video, and it first got marked not for kids because of excessive profanity. Oh, and then he marked and then he got like a response back and it was like look at the cat. Just suddenly cat.
The cat was meowing again, so I muted the mic, but I was like so stuck leaning back that I went to get up and I almost pushed my desk up instead of pushing. I was like, oh shit, that's a lot of movement.
They're always welcome here. Yeah, so somebody puts this video up, it gets marked not for kids because like, oh, too much profanity. It's like the fuck word twice, right? And then so he reached out to YouTube looked into it, and then it got marked again for not for kids because of sexual content. It's like it's literally a Mega Man 3 video. Like, what are you talking about sexual content? So, and this always happens with speedrunners. Like, I follow a bunch of speedrunners on Twitter, and for some reason this happens to speedrunners, happens to Small Ant, happens to Summoning Salt, Summoning Salt, happens to so many of these large YouTube creators that are also speedrun content creators, and it just makes me concerned. Like, does YouTube actively not like speedrun content? Are there just problems in moderation staff and moderation tools, or is it literally an issue with the existing algorithm? Like what is the root cause of this?
Yeah. So and it's
that's just the only thing that I'm scared about.
Yeah, and there's I've been talking to some of my buddies that does reviews. ACG, he's Carrick, really down to earth reviewer, and he's been having an issue with that where like tons and tons and tons of his content is getting flagged as adult only content. And I was actually talking to my partner manager about that the other day, and she was like, yeah, something, you know, it's something where she thinks it's something in the moderation team, like new management or something, but older videos are just getting bombarded by stuff like this. I don't know why, but she said to just be like, she was like, you know, for the time being, just stay careful on cursing and whatnot. I mean, I obviously curse like crazy, but I've been doing the longest time. So there is a direct chat to the YouTube partner support team that's like, it's buried. It's hard to find, but it's literally just on like, you go through Google support, you know, you go through all those articles, and then there's like a chat with YouTube live support team, and you click it and you log in, and you could send them your video or whatever. And it's like, it's an actual person, not an AI. And every time somebody's like, help, my channel's getting, you know, BTFO'd, somebody's hacked me or whatever, I'm like, go here. Because I used to have monetization issues, and I would go talk to them, and I'd be like, hey, this thing says, you know, cursing the video is okay. Don't say fuck more than like 3 times in the first 2 minutes or something. This video has a lot of profanity, but going by your definition, as you can see, it fits the criteria for still being monetizable. And then they would go in and they would look at it and they'd be like, oh yeah, you're right, this was misflagged. And they would fix it up. Yeah. Whereas I think trying to just click the video and click the submit for review, it'll like flash come back negative a lot of the time. And it's but going through and actually talking to somebody versus doing, you know, trusting in the back end, that helped me every single time. which I think that's, and like every time I've seen people that like some of the folks at TDS, they were having issues, and I sent them through that link. I know that they got shit fixed up fast. I had a buddy that his channel was just hacked and turned into crypto bot spam. Sent him there, that got fixed up.
Such a weird hack. I don't know what the fuck.
Well, it's yeah, they delete every single video, and then there's just like some crypto shill stream that plays on the channel perpetually. It's yeah, I don't know what the idea there is, but so there are routes, but like I said, it's not very well advertised. Like you got to kind of dig through the like, I don't even know what the hot word to talk. Let me see. YouTube partner support team.
I mean, they obviously don't want to advertise something like that, because then everyone would use it. But then they can just be like, "Oh, well, it exists. It's kind of on you for knowing about it."
Actually, I typed in YouTube partner support team, and it was the second link. Get help as YouTube creator. No, this one isn't it. Let me see the other link. No. It was the first link. The second link. Get in touch with the YouTube creator support team. Android. There's a chat and an email option. Chat. Go to this. Sign in. Click contact us. Follow the steps. Yeah, so the chat still exists.
That's awesome. That's
really good.
Summoning
Salt, when you're watching this video.
When you're watching. But yeah,
it looks like they integrated this into YouTube itself.
Oh, nice.
That'll be good then.
Yeah,
making it a little more findable, searchable, and accessible.
Yeah, I mean, I would not blame them for not wanting to like advertise something like that into the like, because how many people post videos on this platform? Like I don't think they have that many people to reach out to, or
absolutely not,
to help them with this. So I do not blame them whatsoever for not like advertising this at all.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Yeah, but there's another thing that I wanted to kind of go over, which I thought was really cool. I was watching this YouTube video about this guy talking about how good the community tab is, how good the polls are, because he premieres videos for like a week in advance, and during that week he sets up polls and like community tabs that are like more interactive, and has the YouTube link in there to that premiere. And he does that all the time throughout the week until that premiere starts. And he would have like 2,000 people already waiting to watch that video.
Yeah.
Which is insane. Like you can kind of not really exploit it, but you can like...
You're just using the tools.
Yeah, using the tools that were given to you to help push your video. So there are many different ways to help push that. Like if you're going to do a live stream and you schedule a live stream a week in advance, set up polls and stuff like that until then, like being like, oh, which monster do you feel like is going to win if they fight against each other? And then like have the link right below that for the stream. Yeah. And then when the stream goes live, you probably have quite a few people in there. I don't know. I'm not sure about
just
that.
Advertising.
Yeah, I never tested it out, but I want to try some stuff like that, see if it goes well.
You can add images, image polls, text polls, videos.
What?
You can just straight up say like, we're going live now, and drop or here's the final stream run, and put it into the community tab. You can set the visibility from public to channel members to specific channel member tiers, and you can post or schedule the post. Oh, and this is one thing I liked a lot. You set the price point. So like my baseline sub here is $2.99, just as like a here, cheaper, get your emotes, have fun. And then I have like higher tiers for the people that are like, hey, I really like your shit, have $10 or $20 or whatever a month. So I like that a lot versus just the every wing is this price. And they've been pushing a lot of what Twitch has. I mean, so we're seeing work with the rating interface. We're seeing gift subs are getting in.
That's so nice. The gift sub option. Great. Like I was wondering, like, when are they gonna add this? I feel like it would be pretty easy to add, but like
it's in. They're just figuring out because right now it's like I don't know if you can target specific people. I think it just bombs it out randomly.
I think so.
Gotcha.
Which is I mean, that's kind of how, if no one's picking out 100 different people for like a big gift bomb.
But sometimes you like to target one person with a gift.
There's that one guy, and
Like I have mods that do that often on Twitch. It's like, oh hey, like this new person's been hanging out here for a while, like they get a sub.
You get a sub.
Yeah. And it's good to see them like emulating on the things that Twitch does well, which is the community building aspect, tools. But then YouTube is still doing the discoverability and the actual community. The fact that Twitch doesn't have a community tab blows my fucking mind.
I'm blown by that.
It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. And that's like one of the biggest reasons that I am like thinking about going to YouTube, because I have to use a Discord to do that, and there's maybe my core audience is in Discord, and that's it.
You're getting close to unlocking it too. You need 500 subs and you unlock the community tab.
I'm 30 away, baby.
And then you can start streaming. I'm kidding.
Yeah, right.
on the cusp.
Yeah, I'm right on it, baby. No, but and that's like, I mean, I put zero effort into YouTube, right? I literally upload PBs, and that's all I've been doing. But thinking about how to use those tools a little bit better, and how to I think that's like the biggest daunting task for everybody, is like, how do I use these tools the best for me? Because you have a lot of creators like going out there and saying like, you need to make shorts content, you need to make TikTok content, you need to make your videos, you need to have your VODs, you need to make sure you're streaming. Like, it sounds like a lot of things to do, but the best way to approach all this is do it incrementally. Yeah. Pick one thing to work on now, get used to doing that, seeing if it worked for you, and if the level of effort is worth the cost of that, right? Is your LOE giving you an actual return? You know, like, because maybe you'll make shorts and it takes like an hour to do a 30-second short, and you aren't seeing the return that you want on that. Maybe now's not the time to do that. Maybe instead focus, you know, more on creating your VOD, you know, creating your VODs, taking your live streams and cutting out the breaks and cutting out the other boring parts and creating a VOD out of that, right?
Yeah, that's what,
you know, so it's doing things step by step, not all at once.
No, yeah, that's what I'm trying to like ease my girlfriend into, because she's looking to diving into the whole YouTube content creation sphere. And I told her, it's just like, just start with videos. If you want to make scripted content, just don't worry about how long it is. Just write a script and just read it out and put some video content behind there. You don't have to do any special animations in the video. Just start with cuts, and just, you could even use your VOD content if you want to. Just script it, put the video in, and put it out there. Just, you don't have to make it too hard on yourself. Just like, it takes steps into getting into this field, other than just diving into the deep end and just being like, all right, how do you make a viral TikTok? How do you make like a crazy edited video?
No, I think that's the thing, is because, you know, while YouTube was primarily VODs, now they have the shorts, and we're seeing streaming get a bigger emphasis. And so, you know, it's attracting an audience from TikTok, it's attracting an audience from Twitch. And on one hand, it's like, it's great that the ecosystem is pushing all of these different options, but at the same time, as somebody that's just coming in,
it's a lot.
It's overwhelming. Yeah, it's like, well shit, you know, do I need to have the shorts? I've heard that I need shorts to support my VODs, but then people want more interaction, so I got to work the live in. And really, you just got to do what you're comfortable with. Like, I have literally 2 shorts on my channel. One was a sponsored short, and then one was when I got Bandai Namco sent me like a Millennia mask. So I did like a starting my day, and it was me like brushing my teeth and drinking coffee in a Millennia mask or some shit. And that is it. Those are the only shorts that exist. But you know, so you don't need to have shorts, just like you don't need to have VODs. Yeah. You could do live content, and for, you know, for someone like for Bagel, for you, where you don't have the time, you could very easily do your live content, and then you get a funny clip, you know, your perfect run, and then the monster just runs and glitches off the world, and you're like, well, boys, he's dead or something. And it's like,
yeah.
Boom, clip
that's
10
like
seconds short, shit ton of engagement, shovels everybody into your live. You know, that you can do that in the YouTube ecosystem, which is.
And I've been like, there's like such a mentality. Okay, so like to peel back the veil a little bit here. Speed running and keeping a positive attitude is so fucking difficult sometimes.
Well, just make that be the clip. You molding over Elmajon, just make that the clip.
Well, so because when I get angry about something, people get uncomfortable, because like it's not fun for anybody. That's literally why I won't publish my Sunbreak % video. Like, I have a Sunbreak % stream that I did 16 hours long. At about the 12-hour mark, I was not me anymore. I needed a fucking Snickers and a goddamn break. And I was taking it out on anybody. It was bad. It was bad. And I know that it was bad. So I won't even publish that video, because I didn't like how I was for literally the last 6 hours of it.
No, and that's fair.
And so I've been like trying to like switch myself, especially in speedrunning, to make those moments like that. Because like I was when I talked to Chris from TDS about this, we were talking about like how do you turn a stream into a YouTube video, because he's really good at doing that, right? Like he can take, you know, any stream and turn it into and set it up in a way that it can be a very good YouTube video. So I've been trying to do the same thing with the speedruns, so it does make good YouTube content eventually. But like keeping that mentality of like, if something goes wrong, turn it into a moment, not into like a tragedy. But like when you're
so again, are you like just like yelling out constantly, or are you just like scowling physically, like just like
yes. The answer is yes.
So all right,
I don't know, I get tilted because like that's just what happens.
Listen to me, what if we had, do you have like a stream deck?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this thing's
what if we set up a angry bagel mode in your stream deck, where when you're getting there, you press a button and that button like it kicks on a voice mod, and it literally replaces your camera with just a bagel that has angry furrowed eyebrows and eyes. And then so for like that moment, you know, almost like VTuber style, there's just a physical angry bagel on the screen that's shouting in French or some shit.
That'd be amazing. You should with me music and background. Just like have a button with music.
So much effort now. Oh god.
We'll go back to normal bagel mode.
Yeah.
Just have that all set up and just everything a push a button.
Chat would make it a thing. They'd be like, "Oh, angry bagel king man."
Dude, they do that already. I change. I turn red. No, I've been getting a lot better with it, because like a lot of the speedrunning community, especially like when you want to start doing like charity marathon events and stuff like that, they watch your VODs and they watch your content because they want to see how you are normally. And I'm actually kind of upset with myself. I didn't realize it, but when I went back and watched my VOD, my recent AGDQ submission, I said shit. I cursed in it, and they don't like to see that stuff, because if that's how you immediately reacted there, that's how you might immediately react on stage, like while doing commentaries. It's like, dang it, I can't believe I did that to myself. But like they go back and they watch your content and they like try to understand like how you are, and do they want this person, you know, representing their brand for that moment. What's
your posture? How are you gonna maintain yourself?
Exactly, right? Like if something bad's gonna happen, like are you gonna flip shit on our live stream? Like we can't have that.
Send a Sunbreak video.
So I had someone yesterday. I was playing Grounded, and I mean, you know, back streaming is a problem no matter where you're at. And I told my mods, I was like, listen, you know, don't worry about the backseating. If it gets egregious, I'll handle it, because I don't want y'all to worry about all these people, because everyone wants to backseat this game, because it's you know, early access, full launch now. Everyone assumes they're the master of knowledge. So
I've been playing since beta.
Yeah, exactly. So I told my mods, I'm like, listen, just chill. I will take care of it. And this one dude, he just kept going and going and going and going and going. And like a couple times I was like, hey man, it's all right, you know, let me just enjoy. And then he said I don't know what he said, something, and I was like, listen, you got to be careful about how you word this, you know, because you basically just spoiled future content for me. And he's like, well, I don't see where the spoiler was at. And I fucking went off. I was just ranting and blah, 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 blah. And so like my family's here, and I walk outside and my sister's sitting there laughing, and I'm like, what happened? And she's like, Mom heard you ranting, and she thought you were yelling at Dad for something you did, and she was gonna send you to anger management. I'm like,
dude, it's a totally different, like, you, like, for all of us, this is a totally different you when you play video games. Like it's extremely different. So it's just like when people says, oh, you have anger issues when you play games, like, no, it's just that's when I release my energy, like, that I have inside.
But then
I need my emergency Snickers.
I was being so nice. I'm the nicest I've ever been, and I'm like, he said something. I think it was like I was doing a one of the labs, and I'm like, I wonder if there's anything else here. I think I'm done for now. And then he came in and he was like, oh yeah, you just wrapped up, but you have to come back here after you finish this different area to do something. And I'm like, you couldn't have just been like,
you have to come back here later.
Yeah, or you had to tell me, oh, you come back after X event. Like, why not just let me discover that? And he's like, yeah, well, I don't see what the problem is. And I'm like, I didn't ask for your fucking opinion. What you think the problem is?
Don't do that.
I had someone doing that stuff to me. I streamed Elden Ring for 2 days. I ended up buying it on release.
Souls community, they don't backseat. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Oh my gosh, dude. So like I never planned on buying Elden Ring, and then when I started seeing like people talk about it, I was like, okay, this actually kind of looks cool. And then I got the 3080 Ti, and I was like, all right, cool. I need to play this thing.
It's great.
So I bought it on release, and I played it for 2 days. I played it for the first 2 days, and I think on like the first day, I'm fighting the first like story boss, Margit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm fighting him, and someone like in chat is like, you need to dodge it like this timing. I was like, oh, okay. And then I would just not do that, like on purpose. I was like, oh, but I just did like exactly what I did. I did what you said. They're like, no, like you need to like time it like this. I was like, oh, like this. And I did it like, dude, like, come on. I thought you were helping me. And so they got more aggravated with me because I wasn't listening to them backseat. I was just having fun with it at that point. So I just didn't give a shit.
There was one point when I was doing my first playthrough of Dark Souls 3. The game's been out for years. And it's just like, I was at the final boss of the DLC and I was still using my starting axe because it was just fully max upgraded. Because I was just like, whenever I switch to a new weapon, I always go back to it because I'm just too comfortable with this little thing. So, but it was just people just being like, why are you still using the starting axe? Like, if you use any other weapon, you probably could have been this guy like a lot sooner. I'm like, I just love this fucking thing. I'm gonna go jab some more. So shut the fuck up.
Yeah, leave me alone, damn it.
I've had it's universal too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it happens with every game, anywhere, no matter what you're. Dude, I get backseating when I'm speed running. Like
yeah,
I literally have backseating in my world record in my PB for Rise, which was world record at the time. Somebody backseating me, telling me how to fight Magnum out. It's like, brother, I know. I just killed it in 2.5 minutes with starting gear.
Yeah.
Like, chill.
I had people doing it while I was doing like the stream title walkthrough prep. And I'm like just fighting a boss over and over to figure out like every single reaction, the type of shit you do for learning it. They're like, yeah, you got to dodge that move. I'm like, really? Thank you for the bountiful fucking knowledge. Of,
my hair out.
It couldn't possibly be that I'm seeing what the best way to block or dodge this move is. No, thank you though for.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Thanks for the feedback.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Oh man.
And then I get the regulars in chat. They always love being smartasses. They're like, you gotta hit the boss to kill it. Yeah, guys.
That's fine. And like, but that's like the thing
just
too.
Fun banter,
regulars,
yeah.
Your regulars in chat, the people who have earned that right and developed that familiarity. No, but I always try to like downplay like playful antagonism in my chat because I don't want that shit when I'm speedrunning. Because if something happens and someone goes like, "Hey, Bagel, you got hit by that attack," I'm gonna go off. I'm sorry. Like, oh yeah, no shit, I got hit. Yeah, I died. I'm 6 hours into this speed run. It was on world record pace, and I just lost it because I died to this dumb idiot. Yes, thank you for being this person right now. I appreciate it.
Yeah, like
so I have to like remove that entire stigma from my community. Like I just can't do it because I don't want someone new coming in and doing that and me going off on them because it has happened.
Yeah, well, I mean, like when I could tell for me myself, I could tell a difference between that. Like there was one time where you got killed by Risen Camellios. That thing was insane, dude. It just like triple hit you.
Yeah, because I was playing casually. I didn't care.
No,
then.
yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying. It's like I know the difference. I'm not gonna be like, I'm not gonna be in your speed run and being like, "Ha, you died." What?
Yeah, but you could do that.
Oh,
you could. Cowboy in their hand. I don't know about that, but you absolutely could do that.
You died.
Just kecks everywhere. Keck. Can't believe you died to that. Mark, it's easy.
Kick. Oh my god. Jesus. Oh man. But yeah, I mean, is there any other like?
I think that's like a great place to stop.
Actually, final question: are there YouTube changes that you would want personally for the platform for live streaming? I agree.
No,
perfect. Change nothing.
No, I'm actually like really happy with the status or whatever there. I mean the customization. Actually, the only thing I can think of would be maybe slightly more mod tools.
Yeah.
Or and it's actually something I told them I would want. I told them because we were talking about mid rolls, and I said I want mid roll integration on my stream deck. Because if you want to do a mid roll, like if you're taking a break, like all right, I'm gonna get up, go pee, and just run an ad. You need to like click out of your game, go to the like. There's a button you need to click on the live interface.
Yeah,
which isn't like it's not unintuitive or anything, but like it'd be easier for me to just press a button here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But no, it's more convenient, please.
Like, just make everything as lazy as possible for me, please and thank you.
I mean, because like those tools make it more accessible for us to use them, and then also makes it a lot easier to kind of script out like when we're gonna do those breaks and stuff like that. Do you how is because like that's the big ew, Twitch is bad and icky and awful and I hate it. Is because of ads, right? Like, how is that atmosphere on YouTube?
I mean, it's you can disable them, or you can. I mean, I have all of my VODs. I just have ads on auto because, like, I've seen some people that are like, "Oh, YouTube tried shoving 50 ads inside my video," but it's like, no, these are potentials. Like, that's the thing is like when you know, like even when you press the button, it's not gonna it's gonna say ad or ad requested.
Yeah,
and then it's gonna look at so if it sees that Skojl hasn't seen an ad yet and Bagel just watched 2, it's not going to force you to sit through a third, whereas it might shoot one to him. So it's always ad requested, and you don't have to force feed. And it's the same with auto. Like you could afterwards, if you had a if you had your live stream VOD, you could set it so that, hey, I want one ad break to run every 15 minutes.
I feel like it's also acceptable too. Because like on YouTube, it's like I feel like it's way more acceptable with ads. But I mean, like there's also like other options with ads, like they're skippable. They're there's not that many. The ads are not that long on YouTube, I feel.
I'll tell you what, it ain't like Twitch where I'm like, oh cool, what's Bagel playing? And it's like, before you watch him, sit through 2 minutes of this. It doesn't do that shit.
Yeah. Pre-rolls are difficult to get through, but and that's the unfortunate like economy of the situation on Twitch. Pre-rolled ads are the lowest density of ads, but it immediately interrupts your ability to watch a stream. But it's the lowest density because you only watch them when you load into a stream.
Yeah, but it's like, what if I wanted to, if I'm trying to raid somebody, I don't want to be forced to sit through a 2-minute ad to see. Because the last thing I want to do is I go to raid and then we get there and meanwhile they're on break. Yeah. And so we just raided an empty chair on a camera. And I'm like,
yeah. Yeah, that's why like I, at least for Twitch, what I do is open a stream first. Yeah, because I always hate raiding a channel when they're ending. Like, oh my god, I try not to do that.
Yeah, I mean, same. You kind of get a feel of like when they're ending their stream, kind of thing. Yeah. Like if you especially if you know the person.
The timer says 8 hours and you're like, are they gonna keep going?
I always question that as well. But I mean, there's what was I gonna say? Yeah, there's been a lot of times where people have like rated you or rated me. There was a meme
like
there was a meme that was posted by like Stream Elements that was really fucking funny. It was just like the stream you're about to end stream after 8 hours and someone raids you, and it's just like the Homelander from The Boys being like, all right.
I guess we keep going. I've definitely done that before. Like I literally had a shitty night of speedrunning and I was like, all right, I think I'm done. And then I got rated. I was like, all right, I guess I'm doing another. And then it ended up being a PB and I was really happy about it.
You're like, oh god, it was good. I did another one.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like for great. You, I if you ever do plan on making the adjustment, I feel like for you, it would be best to kind of slowly ease into that and just like have a day in the week and just like live stream on YouTube or something.
Yeah. And I think that's what I would do. I've been thinking about like how I want to shift my monetization and how I want to shift my community perception and everything like that. And so I'm thinking that if I am going to make a change like that, it's going to be at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
I don't know, because like I got all these like things that I want to do, and making a change right now is going to immediately hinder that content, Maybe. So like I'm afraid to like making that change, because I'm going to do this thing, like I'm going to do this really long speed run, but I'm going to do it on a new platform and no one's going to come and watch it, or I'm going to do this big event and I'm not going to have that same retention because I've been splitting myself up.
You just got to do it incrementally.
Yeah.
Because that's the biggest thing you don't want to do is just tell like stop streaming on Twitch and start streaming on YouTube. Because when I did it, I had So before I officially jumped, I was doing like let's say 4 streams a week. I was doing half of those on YouTube, half of those on Twitch, and for a month straight, every Twitch stream I told people like, hey, come February, I think it was January, I moved in February 1st, and I told everyone like, listen, February 1st all streams are going to be on YouTube. And I constantly push that. February we're going to YouTube, February we're going to YouTube. My offline screen was, we're moving to YouTube. My first about panel was, we're moving to YouTube.
Yeah.
And now I use Twitch as a copyright bait. Like if I want to get drunk and play Rock Band, I'm like, we're going to Twitch, baby. They can deal with this. But you know, it was a long, and you know, when I actually switched, I easily had my concurrent that I had on. I had more, but that was my my YouTube base was already larger. Yeah. But you know, within a month of time, you know, all of your regulars, all of your regular viewers,
they're gonna go.
Yeah.
And I think.
I was gonna say, and everyone. I mean, everyone has it. You know, you have YouTube. YouTube is perpetual everywhere. So it's not like, you know, they're not having to. I don't know anyone that's like, oh, I only have the Twitch app. Like, you have YouTube on your phone too.
Yeah, YouTube. Yeah.
I absolutely do have YouTube on my phone. I use it for nothing. But.
Yeah. But I feel like with like what I'm doing right now is mostly like announcing to people I'm going to be moving over to YouTube and kind of just telling them that. Would you suggest slowly easing into it, or just make it like a big event on YouTube? Because for me, I actually have a VTuber character of myself that I'm going to be like having a big debut for the YouTube platform. Would you suggest kind of like still trickling, just doing a YouTube stream here and there, or just kind of like make it this big event and then start streaming? So I did the big event thing. Like when I told people, I had it set up. I had a, because one of the big things is your YouTube, you can schedule your streams out and they're going to show up. And you can have them, like I have them set on my channel. So as soon as you go to like youtube.com FightinCowboy, the first thing it shows is like, thank you to our channel members, upcoming streams, past live streams. And then it goes into like, you know, Soulsborne Let's Plays, Phil Video Let's Plays. So people on the channel knew like, what is this? Cowboy's he's going to be streaming in like 2 weeks from now. So it built up a lot of hype. And that was my lead in. And then after that, that's where you tell people like, listen, we're going to be doing this twice a week here for now. We're going to be slowly moving over. So I would do that. I do the big premiere, build up audience anticipation, get the people like at least a week, 2 weeks if you can. Because that way, if you know, people are on vacation, they're coming back and they're like, oh, what's this? Oh, new platform, interesting. Do that shit up, either the crispiest 1080p you've ever done or do the 1440, you know, so you can lean into the angle. And then after that, just make it regular, even if it's just once a week. But so, you know, get that initial buy-in with the audience, and then the regular streams. And then after that, I would do within a month, I would try to transition, because you don't, you know, the last thing you want to do is a long-term stream on Twitch and stream on YouTube. Yeah, because it's gonna burn you out. You're gonna be fucking exhausted, and you know your YouTube people are gonna be like, "Why did you do this on Twitch?" And your Twitch people are gonna do, "Why did you do this here?" And it's just like, you don't want to do that. So just do it, you know, 2 here, 2 there, or however 3 and 3, or however you want to split it. Yeah. And then just making people aware, like this is a transition that I want to happen, or even you know, use that or do it maybe 2 months, and your first month is just seeing if you feel good after a month of streaming on YouTube and you're like, yeah, I think I could build here, then you know,
that's smart.
Yeah, it's hard to say really, I guess, with this, especially
now though, because like affiliates and partners are allowed to segregate that content now. Like before, I couldn't like really be like streaming on YouTube as well, and like streaming the same type of content. Like if I wanted to do like Pokemon content, I'd probably get away with that pretty easily, since the majority of what I do is like Monster Hunter on Twitch. But now they're like, yeah, no, we don't care as long as you just don't, you know, co-stream it. Like we really don't care.
Yeah, they don't like re-stream, but I mean, I get that because one chat gets ignored largely.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. No, and I always think that like I think trying to grow on both platforms and restreaming is just a terrible idea, because you're building a core audience on either platform. Just do one or the other. And
that's what I would recommend.
The transition period though is super smart. take a month to transition yourself, you know, from one spot to another, do 50-50, and then have a debut date on YouTube. Like that's brilliant.
I'll have to look into that. I might still do the whole debut thing and just like continue from YouTube. Yeah. But like I
think that would be a good idea for you, is like set your debut date, but set it as a YouTube stream. So build up the excitement on Twitch.
Yeah. That's
hey guys, we're debuting on YouTube on January 1st.
Yeah.
And we're debuting on YouTube on January 1st. Come January 1st. Hey guys, we've debuted. We're on YouTube. We're gonna do 2 streams. We're gonna do a stream on YouTube. This you know, and a stream on Twitch like every week, or like however you want to do that. Because I know you and Liz like share a schedule right now, so it's kind of hard to be like 2 on YouTube, 2 on Twitch. But at least like from there, like we'll have our YouTube stream a week and our Twitch stream a week, and vice versa. I mean, but like you're only streaming like 2 days a week. Legitimately, I think you could get away with, for like the next like 2 or 3 months, just advertising that you're moving to YouTube, advertising the debut, and then just full tilt switching. You know. I think you could get away with that. Are you going to see as much retention? Probably not. But you're only streaming
build it up again.
two days a week as it is. Your core audience is still watching, so your core audience is going to move no matter what.
Well, and you're, you know, once you do that premiere, you never know. Those VODs might
blow up.
It could have that recursion too.
VTubing, like VTubing is such like a hit or miss. It's a boom or bust cycle too. It's like really, if you have a really good model and you show it in a really good way, people love that and eat it up, and then they come and visit your streams.
Yeah, some of our most popular clips on here on this channel are from our interviews or the podcast from our VTuber friends. So it's like very funny. But
yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, I mean, I think you do you need to? Are we good?
I think we're good.
I'm good.
Oh, okay.
I don't need to like leave this second if y'all.
Okay.
But I think that's a good spot. I think that's a good spot to stop. Like because we've been hitting on the same topic for kind of a bit. I think it's a really good spot to stop. Let's start talking about VTubing.
Yeah.
Fighting Cowboy's gonna be a cowboy with boxing gloves. I'm gonna be a bagel with googly eyes. Skoy's already got his model. But no, dude, Cowboy, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
I like literally messaged you like last week about it, and you're super cool about it. So I appreciate that.
Yeah,
appreciate you making the time to be here.
Yeah,
I've been seeing the little clips on Twitter a bunch.
The shorts.
Yeah.
Should probably integrate those shorts into YouTube, man. It's almost like there's a platform you could bounce those shorts and just feed them into the loop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. No, but dude, thank you again for joining us. If you guys want to find more of Fighting Cowboy, he streams and does YouTube content. You can find him on YouTube, which his links will all be below. But do you have anything else that's coming up that you'd like to plug, or just anything else you wanna throw out there? Now's your chance. Full on show.
I teach you to beat Dark Souls.
Hell yeah. But thank you so much for coming on. It was great meeting you as well. Like
it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Jounce on you.
On me? All right, well, thank you guys so very much for watching this episode of Gamer Breakfast. I've been Jal, that's been Skoj, that's been Fighting Cowboy, and we'll see you guys in the next breakfast.
You should have rhymed it out. It should have been like, I'm Jal, that's Skoj, that's Cowboy, it's been a joy, and then just like, smack the camera down.
We do.
I get it. It's his now. We're good.
We do have one jingle that we say every podcast, which is just put us in your mouth.
No, wait. Why did he say it still?